Thrill-seekers revenge fun at the amusement park. The sun was setting over the bustling amusement park, casting a warm orange glow over the crowds of screaming kids and exhausted parents. Jake's eyes were fixed on the towering roller coaster in front of him, its tracks twisting and turning like a snake through the trees. The sign above the entrance read, "Cheap Thrills," in bold letters, with a smaller warning label that said, "Not for the faint of heart." Jake's best friend Alex nudged him, grinning from ear to ear. "Dude, can you believe it? We're finally going to ride Cheap Thrills." But Jake's excitement was tempered by his dad's warning words earlier that day. "Sorry, buddy, but we just can't afford the tickets this year. Maybe next time." Jake had been saving up for weeks, doing extra chores and mowing lawns to try and scrounge up enough cash, but it still wasn't enough. As they walked through the crowds, Jake spotted Emma, his crush, laughing with her friends near the funnel cake stand. He felt a flutter in his chest, and for a moment forgot all about Cheap Thrills. Alex elbowed him, bringing him back to reality. "Hey, focus. We've got a plan to get on that ride, remember?" Jake nodded, determination burning in his gut. They were going to sneak into the park and ride Cheap Thrills, without paying, no matter what it took. Jake and Alex weaved through the crowds, dodging strollers and souvenir stands as they made their way towards the park's perimeter fence. "All right, so here's the plan," Jake whispered, eyes scanning the area for any sign of security guards. "We create a diversion near the funnel cake stand, then make a run for the fence." Alex nodded, his face set in determination. "I'll take care of the diversion. You get ready to climb." Jake gave him a nod, then turned to scan the surrounding area. The fence was about 10 feet high, with barbed wire coiled along the top. Just as Jake was starting to feel a twinge of doubt, Alex let out a loud whoop and sprinted towards the funnel cake stand, waving his arms wildly. The vendor looked up in alarm as Alex pretended to trip and face, plant into a stack of sugary treats. The crowd gasped in shock, then burst out laughing as Alex jumped up, grinning from ear to ear. Jake took advantage of the distraction to make a run for the fence. He sprinted towards it, his heart pounding in his chest, and launched himself upwards. He scrambled up the chain link mesh, his fingers digging into the metal as he hauled himself higher. The barbed wire loomed above him, but Jake didn't hesitate, using all his strength to hoist himself over the top. He landed with a thud on the other side of the fence, Alex following close behind. They exchanged a triumphant grin, then took off in a sprint as the Cheap Thrills roller coaster. The ride loomed ahead of them, its tracks glinting in the fading light. Jake's heart was racing with excitement as they approached the entrance. But just as they were about to make their move, a gruff voice boomed from behind them. "Hey, you two. What do you think you're doing?" Jake and Alex froze, turning to face a stern-looking park ranger who was striding towards them with a purposeful stride. We were just, looking for the restrooms," Jake stammered, trying to come up with a convincing excuse. The park ranger raised an eyebrow. "The restrooms? You're not even the right section of the park for that." Alex chimed in, trying to help his friend out. "Yeah, we must have gotten turned around. We were just looking for some funnel cakes." The ranger eyed them skeptically, but seemed to relax a bit. "All right, well, you can find the funnel cakes over by the main stage. But be warned, the lines are huge today." Jake and Alex breathed a sigh of relief as the ranger walked away, muttering something about needing to keep an eye on those kids. "Close call," Jake whispered once they were out of earshot. Alex grinned. "Told you we could do it. Now let's get back to the plan." They made their way towards the Cheap Thrills roller coaster, trying to look nonchalant despite their excitement. As they approached the ride, Jake noticed that something was off. The queue was empty, and the ride operators were standing around looking worried. "What's going on?" Jake asked one of the operators, a friendly-looking woman with a concerned expression. "We're having some technical issues," she replied. "The ride is temporarily closed until we can figure out what's wrong." Jake's face fell. This was not part of the plan. Alex nudged him forward. "Come on, Jake. We didn't come this far to give up now." Jake hesitated for a moment, then nodded resolutely. They were going to ride Cheap Thrills, no matter what it took. Jake's eyes scanned the area, searching for a way to bypass the closed ride. That's when he spotted it, a small door marked, "Authorized personnel only," tucked away behind a row of bushes. "I think I found our way in," Jake whispered to Alex, nodding towards the door. Alex raised an eyebrow. "You sure that's a good idea?" Jake shrugged. "What's the worst that could happen? We get caught and kicked out of the park." Alex hesitated for a moment before nodding in agreement. "All right, let's do it." The two friends snuck behind the bushes and made their way to the door. Jake carefully turned the handle and pushed it open, revealing a dimly lit row, filled with rows of computer screens and machinery. Jake's eyes widened as he took in the complex system. "Pho, this is some serious tech," Alex whistled. "You think you can fix whatever's wrong with it?" Jake nodded confidently. "I've fixed plenty of things on my dad's old motorcycle. How hard can a roller coaster be?" With newfound determination, Jake began tinkering with the machinery, trying to diagnose the problem. Alex watched anxiously as Jake worked his magic. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and the machines roared back to life. The Cheap Thrills roller coaster lurched forward, its cars slowly beginning to move. Jake grinned triumphantly at Alex. "Told you I could do it." But their victory was short-lived. A loud voice boomed from the speakers, echoing throughout the park. "Attention all riders. We have a situation on our hands. The Cheap Thrills roller coaster has been repaired by an unauthorized individual." Jake's face went white as he realized they'd been caught. He turned to Alex, who was already backing away slowly. I think we should go," Alex whispered. But it was too late. The park owner, Mr. Johnson, stormed into the room, his face a mixture of surprise and amusement. Well, look what we have here."
Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching my short story.